So last year at MFF was like... And as you could see, MFF had it all. From Mario to Sassy Patrick to Velma to, hallways. Oh, and fursuits. Lots and lots of fursuits. But I honestly should have expected this with more than 15,000 total attendees. Furfest really is a testament to how quickly the fandom has grown over the last couple of years. Hi everyone, my name is Stormi the Folf, and this is my MFF 2023 con vlog. But enough talk, have it my, con vlog. Even though MFF doesn't officially start till Thursday, for larger conventions, I like to arrive on what's called Day 0, the day before the convention. MFF is a 13-hour drive for me, so I really need that extra day for some much-needed rest.
But Stormi, why don't you find...
That's why. Look, I'm scared of flying. Okay, don't judge me. And so began our long road trip through rural America, driving through the cornfields, gawking at billboards, and my favorite part, visiting the liminal spaces that are creepy small towns. What is this place? It's Thursday. We're a little groggy from our 13-hour trek through Cornfield, Illinois, but rearing to go downstairs and pick up our con badges. And after some research trying to solve the maze of MFF's layout and traversing its infinite hallways, we were promptly met with LineCon. LineCon is an integral part of the furry convention experience. Con before the con, annoying Bluetooth speakers and all. I talked about con registration lines in my last video about furry convention etiquette, which I highly encourage you to watch before going to any convention, especially larger ones like MFF, which you can click up above. At MFF, you're required to fill out a form on their website before you can even register in person, which is uncommon for a furry convention, but not totally unheard of. Although I've had relatively few problems with MFF as a whole, I feel like they should have made this process more obvious with signage and whatnot. This did cause some minor issues from my handler, but things were eventually resolved. Clearly, I need to volunteer for MFF con stuff, and you should too. Cons are chronically short-staffed, and we should try to help wherever we can. Anyway, it wasn't too bad. A few hours later, I got my badge. However, on a more serious note, someone was using a wireless hacking device called a flipper to flood nearby devices with Bluetooth requests, which crashed some people's phones in line. And because you need a QR code to pick up your registration badge, this definitely caused some delays with the line and whatnot. And yeah, this was a very, why do people do this? I just don't understand. This whole debacle really slowed down the line for everyone. This unfortunately continued throughout the convention as well. Heck, my own camera guy had to deal with it in the middle of my live stream, so please don't do that. You're not impressing anyone, and you're actively making people's lives worse. Just be nice and do nice things. We're all trying to live our lives. Seriously, it's not that hard. Anyway, on the way out of registration, I met a Protogen duo. That Blue Husky and Furyon were total sweethearts, and it's always a surreal experience meeting up with peeps you only ever talked to online. And then I met one of my Patreon supporters. Hi Ash! By the way, since Ash supports me on my Patreon, they get access to my Discord server and exclusive podcasts. I mean, you don't have to, but you should totally support me on my Patreon. It helps with my bills, so, link here and in the description. Most of Thursday really was just exploring the con floor, which is just this absolutely massive labyrinth of never-ending hallways. It's like getting lost in the Windows 95 screensaver or something. MFF consists of a huge convention space connected to several other hotels and buildings via elevated walkways called sky bridges. Fursuiting on the sky bridge is interesting in that it can actually distort your perception, with the heat radiators blasting lava temperature for 24/7, and with how long and narrow most of the walkways are, it can make you feel pretty claustrophobic. Time slows down, and a 10-minute walk starts to feel like a 30-minute marathon through an active volcano. And if you have a bad sense of direction like I do, it can really feel like it goes on forever. Wait, how did we... Oh no, After tirelessly exploring the depths and caves of Furfest, we finally suited up and did what every furry does best at a bustling convention: act like total dinguses and meet other furries. What? You thought we were all introverted, shy beings? I'm definitely shy and introverted, don't tell anyone. Also, is it just me, or are fursuits evolving? It just feels like the designs are getting more and more extravagant as time passes. Definitely let me know your thoughts in the comments. Next, we visited the dealer's den, which surprisingly wasn't as crowded as I had expected. I even found me, of all people. I must be one of them pop-you furs or something. Is that how you say it? The artist alley, however, had quite the line, and they were checking people's bags for some reason, and they seemed pretty busy already, so we just did our own thing and goofed around elsewhere. Keep in mind, however, it's not unusual for larger conventions to be a little more thorough with security checks and whatnot. Friday was also stream day. Those that don't know, I make it a goal to live stream at every furry convention I go to, and at every convention I stream at, I always meet someone that's actually watching the stream while I'm there, so we have this sort of streamception deal going on. This was also my first convention where my camera guy kept getting stopped by convention security because they thought he was part of
The media.
Apparently, his DIY setup was so professional that they thought he was from a news station. Not bad, camera guy. Not bad. With the rise of YouTubers who seem to enjoy hassling furry conventions because,
oh my god, yo, we're animal costumes, dude!
I can't really blame security for being a little more cautious in this regard. But back to the live stream, I got some Mountain Dew from Dr. Wildlife.
Thank you.
But then, one of y'all gave me a picture of Tails, signed by his voice actor, Colleen O'Shaughnessy. AJ, if you're watching, thank you so much for this. And then, of all people, Patrick showed up.
Patrick trying to square me up.
Yeah.
Patrick.
There he is.
Saturday is where things got a little weird. It began like any other busy day at a furry convention, navigating the crowded walkways, stuck next to that one person who never showers. Oh god! and lots of fursuit hugs. And then a reindeer parade. Most of Saturday really was spent trying to find old friends, getting stopped for pictures, and exploring the hustling, bustling dealer's den, where I met my plush maker and got this fancy Picari pin. Yeah, we actually sold Stormi plushies a while back too. Definitely let me know if we should sell more of these in the comments. I also got to experience Furality, which bridges the gap between furry conventions and VR chat. If any of y'all have ever experienced Furality before or used it, let me know in the comments. I've been meaning to do a video on this topic for a while now. Everything was going smoothly that day, that is, until nightfall. You see, I normally do one live stream per furry convention, but this time I thought, why not two?
To God, I'm afraid of moving because the signal's so bad. Sky.
That's why. Previous MFFs, I used to do Saturday streams, and I'm guessing due to MFF's meteoric growth in recent years, their facility's network infrastructure simply cannot keep up. In hindsight, it was probably a good idea I streamed on Friday instead of Saturday, but then again, streaming live on location at busy conventions has always been kind of a crapshoot, especially if you're on mobile data, so this was bound to happen eventually anyway. There are ways around this that involve much more expensive, sophisticated equipment, but it's not really in my budget, so if you'd like to make it happen, consider supporting me on my Patreon. And even though the stream crashed, I still had a blast meeting old friends and furries I look up to, and still got plenty of pictures along the way. I also got to experience the holy grail that is Noodles and Company. You big city furs are so spoiled, like, y'all don't get it, but like, we have nothing like this at home. Y'all and your Dave and Buster's and public transportation and Costco's. Walmart is our home attraction. Well, this is it. The final day of MFF 2023. Everyone's rushing to say goodbye to friends they may not see again for months, if not years, but because MFF is the largest furry convention in the world, it's basically just Saturday Part 2. Seriously, it's just as busy as Saturday, with everyone rushing about in their fursuits, with some walkways just becoming completely unnavigable, but with a convention of this magnitude, you have to expect it. At one point, I actually got trapped in a corner because it was so crowded, but also because I just kept finding so many old friends and just so many peeps that wanted pictures with me. Making everyone happy and inspiring others has always been my goal as a furry content creator, so I was kind of compelled to keep going as long as I could. And then the Mario Brothers showed up. Why is Mario at a furry convention? Actually, why not? MFF really was full of surprises last year, but at this point, I'm starting to feel both mentally and physically fatigued. So I had the brilliant idea to start a squat squad. I'm so glad Always do your squats. Seriously, it is great exercise. My handler, Rag, and I roam the convention halls almost non-stop till like 1 in the morning. From what I gather, things didn't really settle down till like 2 or later. Furries like to party hard. MFF was full of so many unexpected surprises this year, but good ones. Most of them anyway. It was more than just a furry convention. It was a culmination of everything that makes the furry community weird in the best way. Highlighting that expressing ourselves in the furry community is so much more than fursuits, going beyond those fancy carpets, the owos, uwoos, and bringing in new recruits like the Mystery Gang and a pink talking starfish. Regardless, it is definitely a party atmosphere con, which may or may not be your cup of tea. Extremely chaotic, full of surprises, but nevertheless always a memorable one. If you enjoyed my little con vlog, like this video. Did it do the rainbow thing? If you enjoyed my little con vlog, please let me know down in the comments, subscribe, and maybe support me on my Patreon for perks like my Discord server, exclusive podcast, deleted scenes, and more.